In today's video, we have got 3 new upcoming games that I want to talk about, and keep in mind that these games are made by indie companies, so it's completely different than any massive AAA games being made by a ton of employees. These projects, even though made by small teams, are being made with heart, which is why I love to help these get noticed. Before we start, make sure you drop a like to give some support to both these teams and the channel. I also wanted to thank Click for Gameplay on YouTube for covering these games on his channel. I love his videos. Now first off, we have got a brand new action-adventure Roman game that will have you fight in brutal battles for the glory of the Empire. Publisher Gaming Factory and developer Titanite Games have announced We Are Legion Rome, an action-adventure RPG set to release for PC as well as PlayStation and Xbox consoles. No release window has been announced as of yet though, but I'll keep you updated. Here's the game's official description. The Roman Empire would not have become the global power of its time were it not for its extremely well-trained, loyal, brutal, combat experience, goal-oriented, and ruthless soldiers. Formed in armored legions and armed with swords and shields, they moved forward as unstoppable waves, leaving behind only burned ground. You are one of these legionaries, and think highly of yourself. You despise those who consider barbarians, and blindly believe that Caesar's way is the only way. You are driven by only one desire, to become the commander of the Roman Legion. We Are Legion Rome is again an action-adventure RPG set during antiquity, heavily focused on varied directional attack-based combat. The game will give you the chance to face dozens of demanding opponents on many battlefields. Each opponent will require a different strategy to achieve the goals the Roman Empire sets for its legions, from surrounding the enemy and setting fires, through operating siege machines, to holding position after securing a victory. As a Roman legionary, you'll be able to join cohorts of different specializations. The defensive cohort will require the use of a shield, a short sword, and a particular skill set, while the offensive one will give you a good idea of combat during antiquity while testing your ability to counter and fake stabs. After a battle, you'll be able to relax at your camp while customizing your character, learning his story and the game's fictional background. The Legion is you and you are the Legion. Without your brothers in arms, you will achieve nothing, just like the Legion needs every legionary to be strong and effective. In the game, you'll need to be faithful, punitive, and follow orders without thinking twice to get promoted and quickly reach the top of the military hierarchy, depending on what you do. You'll also be able to dive into the Legion's life and the rules that drive it, talking to the other soldiers, the inhabitants, and everything else that makes up camp life. Depending on the co-op you decide to join, you'll need to equip yourself with the proper weapons and develop a skill set essential for success. In combat, you'll face enemies in brutal encounters, execute tactical tasks, conduct siege, and try to maintain captured footholds, all in the glorious name of Caesar. This is a game that will be pretty realistic to what happened at the time. Let me know what you think of it. Quick note, if you're still watching, for those who didn't know, I've just created a new channel centered on older underrated games. Make sure you check it out, link in the description below. Next up, we have Forsaken Realms Exodus Rising. Exodus Rising is a story-driven action RPG set within the fantasy world of Leda. In the game, you play as a mercenary hired by a Combined Order judge and his guardians to aid them in their journey into the depths of the Barathrum forest. Guided by unknown forces, you find yourself within the long-abandoned city of Varin. Off limits to all but a few, Varin harbors dark secrets that refuse to stay hidden. You'll be able to traverse a fantastical world throughout the depths of Varin's abandoned ruins as you uncover lost secrets, plunder abandoned treasures, and reveal the threats the city's long-forgotten history holds, that are both hidden and in plain sight in a world filled with beauty and monstrosities. Throughout your journey, you will discover magical spells, unique skills, and an array of diverse weapons and clothes to tailor your character to your own playstyle. Whether that be a nimble-footed archer flinging fireballs between arrows, or facing your foes toe-to-toe as an axe-wielding whirlwind of death, the choice is yours. I absolutely love the look and overall graphics of Exodus, and it no doubt has inspiration from games like Fable and such. It's got that beautiful nostalgic fantasy setting of a game I never really played but really want to. The game will also include some kind of parkour system, beautiful and unique locations in in the open world. The developers also highly updated the visuals, the abilities, and overall all the details to make it look a lot more polished. Pretty excited to try this one out. Let me know if you guys too are excited. Finally, we have Stormlight. Stormlight is an upcoming open-world RPG set in a fantasy medieval world. You play the role of a young squire, exploring a world full of chaos and conflict that's filled with danger from every corner, but also beauty if you go at the right places. You'll have the ability to become an expert assassin, learn the arts of dark magic, or lead your massive armies into large-scale war, with you against very dangerous enemies. With multiple endings to all questlines and a rich character tree to decide how you interact with the environment and its inhabitants, you have the power to decide your role in the world of Stormlight. Across the land, there were drawings and scratchings on the walls that hinted at some greater being, a being that could control time, the earth, the underworld, and anything else imaginable. There were drawings of it creating tornadoes, raising demons from the earth, and stopping time altogether. This being was feared across the land and also worshipped by those who were too afraid to be afraid of it. They called it Requiem to those who feared it. You will learn about this being while navigating the treacherous world of Stormlight, meeting friends and foes along the way, creating your own story in a quest that can ultimately end in one of two ways. You being a hero of the people, or becoming just as powerful and feared as Requiem itself. The choice will be yours in the game. In the game, you'll start your journey as a young squire in a town entangled between a historic war. Learn about the secrets of the Stormlights while meeting a cast of interesting characters from all wakes of life, forming alliances along the way. The game features a vast open world to explore, filled with various enemies, items, and secrets. All questlines will have multiple endings, allowing for more replayability. Alright guys, that is all for today's gaming news video. If you'd like to see more like this on the channel, definitely drop a like and make sure you subscribe to stay tuned. For those who didn't know, again, I've just created a brand new channel centered on older games that are underrated and also game missions that are underrated too. It's a channel that I would like to grow with you, so make sure you check out the link in the description below to check it out. Make sure you also check out my last videos I made on this channel, where I talk about a new Riot Control Simulator game coming and upcoming games compilation videos that you might not know about. Talk to you all soon. Thanks to Richard Westfall, Bruce Wayne 236, Thunderbeard, Kian Zofagari, Rickno23, Diamond Hunter 45, Themistocles, Space Beer Gaming, and Rash Singbati for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for as low as 99 cents only by clicking the join button below. This will support me and the channel as a whole to continue making videos on the games that truly deserve it.